Let me start it over, and then we can talk about your song.
You think of me, I think of you. Love is true. Who knew? Me and you. I love like this. I reminisce over the greatest hits, make me spit like this. The blitz of your latest kids made me collect my wits. I think of you, you think of me. From flower to flower like a bee. Be searching for that sheep. Be standing on my knee. Stolen, falling for your falling. Stolen like a golem. You bring out the best in me.
Alright, awesome, man. Okay, cool. So you wrote this in like an hour, you said?
Yeah.
Alright, awesome. And how many? Okay, so let's just say there are like, I don't know, like almost 16 lines here, right? Okay, we're going to talk about something really important today. And this will, you know, you were just saying how much this has helped you and everything. This will definitely, what we're about to talk about, will also help you take like another huge step forward, okay? Because this is what we're gonna do. Let's see, how do I get back to you? Oh, okay, there you are. Okay, cool. Oh, there I am. Alright, so, like I was saying, there are only like 16 lines here, right? But what you have here is so good that it's so creative. It's so creative that it contains the elements for the rest of the song, really, right? Okay, so it has the chorus in there, and it has the verse too, is really what I mean to say. So what we're going to talk about this week is turning your good ideas into great ones, which is what we always do, but also how to get more out of what you've already written. You know, how to get more material out of what you've already written, right? Because you might think that it's just like, oh, well, I just keep writing until I have 3 verses and the chorus is over, and then it's done, right? But it doesn't really work that way. You know, it's more like you try to build out of what you've already gotten, so then the song feels like a whole, right? So then it feels like unified, and it's all related. Because otherwise, you might just skip around topics, the chorus might not really be related, or stuff like that, okay? So this is what we're going to work on. Does that sound good to you?
Sounds great.
Okay, awesome. Well, the first obvious thing is this line, right? Your first one. You think of me, I think of you. Okay, so that, to me, is what we will call like a pre-chorus. You know, we're going to call it a pre-chorus. Pre as in like before it, but not in the sense of like it falls right before it. It's just something that you repeat before we get to the chorus, okay? Because that line is really good. And remember what I've told you in all of our lessons, that you want to forefront your best ideas. You want to make sure the listener's attention gets drawn to your best ideas, right? And you think of me, I think of you is a really, really good idea. You know, it's creative, it's interesting, it's engaging, it draws the listener into the song right away, right? So that's the first thing we're going to talk about, what to do with that line, right? So you did the right thing, you know, you started off the verse first with it, right? And you actually repeated it later on, right? I think of you, you think of me. But when you repeated it the second time, there's just a better place we can repeat it than where you did, okay? And I'm going to show you where that is. Let's listen to it again.
Love is true. You think of me, I think of you. Love is true. Who knew? Me and you. I love like this. I reminisce over the greatest hits, make me spit like this. The blitz of your latest kids made me collect my wits. I think of you, you think of me.
Right, yeah, see, so you actually did it in an even numbered bar. You did it, so you repeated it in an even numbered bar, and I'll count the bars for you so you can show where you should have repeated it so that the listener would hear it better, okay? Okay.
You think of me, I think of you. Love
2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. 5, 2, 3, 4. 6, 2, 3, 4. You hear that? So you repeated your best line in the 6th bar. You repeated the best line in the 6th bar. But that buries it. That hides it. It's like there's too much stuff before it and after it. So the listener kind of misses it. You know? So really, it should have gone in the 5th bar. Because that's where sections of rap start, remember? Like if a chorus is 8 bars, then the chorus starts on 1, plays through bars 1 through 8, and then when the verse comes back after the chorus, the verse is on 9. The verse starts in the 9th bar, which again is an odd numbered bar, right? And so your best ideas should really go in odd numbered bars, basically. Because it's like, otherwise it's what I was saying before. It gets buried. It gets lost. And the structure that we need kind of just isn't quite there. You know? So I'm trying to think of a song that does this really well. I can think of a song that does pretty much everything I'm going to talk about in a second. Or at least a few. So let's see. Okay, is that making sense so far?
Yeah.
Okay, because you think of me, I think of you. You did it first in an odd-numbered bar. You did it in 1, right? You know, 1 is odd, 2 is even, 3 is odd, 4 is even, and so on. Well, because you did it first in an odd-numbered bar, and it's such a good idea, we expect it to come back in an odd-numbered bar. And again, this is just so the listener hears it better, right? Because your loop repeats every 2 bars or every 4 bars, okay? So by starting your best lines when the loop begins again, you know, the music behind you begins again, then everything lines up and the listener's attention is drawn to it, okay?
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so actually let's do an example now, if I can think of one. Life's a bitch. Nah. I don't know. Is that one? Nah. Let's see. Sorry, it might take me a little bit.
Hey, man.
Stick 'em before they stick you. That's why niggas know.
I need something that's like a tag. It's like that they repeat. Oh God, I don't know. It's too early.
It's alright. If you can't think of anything, it's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I just want to think of Tupac does this a lot. What are my? Where did I? Yeah, we could talk about Tupac. Which song would it be? This one.
Up out of there.
Let's see.
I ain't got Biggie Smoke rankings up me, but your punks didn't.
Up out of there.
Right. Okay.
I got a big name on the flock of Saint. Take your baby bubble, and I can make. I never stop belling these motherfucking G's. If you got a better woman, another woman, 2 of them every smoke one.
Oh, pass the what? Pass the popcorn. Wait, hold on. Okay, I'm gonna try one song, and if we don't have that, and then God, does this one? Oh no, that's not there. Let's see. Sorry, one sec. I need the one with like a theme. God.
Pass the white distortion apples.
No, that's not it. That's not it. Smoke it. Then I passed decay. The pass. Yeah, okay, let's just work with like the Tupac thing for now then. Okay, so this song is called 2 of America's Most Wanted.
Ain't nothing but picture perfect, don't be dog on the app. I must have been the habits, they out to get the cabbage. I got nothing but love for my niggas live a life.
Okay, so Tupac does something similar to you. He repeats a certain line right before every chorus starts, right? But he repeats it during the verse. And the line is 2 of America's Most Wanted, which is the name of the song, okay? So let's just listen to how he does it at the first verse.
I got a bitch named P. She little homie in the Riga. Right. I got a black. I got love for my niggas. My religion. I'm bitches get ready to this shit. And by the lead, mother, another woman. 2 of America's Most
Right there.
I never stop belling these
Motherfucking G's.
If you got a better woman, another
Warning.
2 of America's Most Wanted.
And then it's the chorus. Hear that? So his line, two of America's Most Wanted, is like your line, I think of you, you think of me. Tupac knew it was a really good line, so he decided to put it somewhere in the verse that it would stand out and be really obvious to the listener, okay? So that's what he does in the first verse. He puts it in the final bar right before the chorus starts. And then let's listen to what he does in the next verse, okay? And then he ends his second verse in a similar way, okay? He says, eternally the most wanted, right? So he ended both of his verses in similar ways because he knew it was a really good idea. And both times he repeated it, he did it in the same position at the end of the verse, okay? Now, obviously, your line isn't coming at the end of the verse, it's coming at the start of the verse. But the same principles are still applying, okay? We want to hear your best idea, okay? So that's why this is like the changes I would suggest. You think of me, move that opening line to the fifth bar, right? So we can listen to it again and I'll show you where it should go. I'll point or say here when we do it, okay?
You think of me, I think of you. Loving
Two,
you, me and you.
3,
I love
4. 3, 2,
like
3,
this.
4.
Reminisce over the
4,
greatest hits,
2,
make me feel
3,
like this.
4.
The flicks
You think of me, I think of you.
my
Right there, okay? Okay? Because that's like the anchor for your verse. It's like what's holding the whole verse down. It's what helps the listener to stay focused on your subject, okay?
Okay, doesn't that mean that I need to change things a bit as well?
Yeah, exactly. So you have to take out the line, make me spit like this, I think. Hold on.
Who knew? I think of you. Love is true. Who knew? Me and you. I love.
3, 2.
Love like this. Reminisce over the greatest hits. Make me spit like this. The blitz of.
Oh, actually you can just move everything. So the blitz of your weightless kiss, move that to a point that's later on. Okay? And then repeat, you think of me, you think of you. So the lyrics should really go like this. And then you do, you think of me, I think of you again. Okay?
So we went to you. Who knew? Me and you. I love like this. Reminisce over the greatest hits. Make me spit like this.
Yeah, exactly. And then you think of me, I think of you. Okay? And that'll give your verse more structure. And it'll give the listener more time to think about your best idea, which is what we want, right?
Can I say the blitz of your weightless kiss made me collect my wits after you think of me, I think of you.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I think
it rhymes.
Yeah. That's what you're saying. It upsets the rhyme scheme. Reminisce of the greatest hits makes you spit like this. I think of you, you think of me. The blitz. No, I would change it. You could even go to. I would move that line. So I would actually just take that line out. You can use it again later on, but just move everything backwards. So delete this line, delete that line, and then, or keep it for later, and then just move everything back. So really you're just skipping it. Makes me spit like this. I think of you, you think of me. From flower to flower like a bee. Been searching for that she, been standing on my knee. And you bring back the blitz of your weightless kiss, maybe for like another verse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay?
Alright.
Right, and so this is a line. Are you going to turn this into a full song? I think you should.
Yeah, same, because I really like the beat, and I think it's alright. I think what I wrote, it's alright. Like it's not too bad, is it?
No. Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you. I wouldn't be working on it if it was no good and we should just throw the whole thing out, right? So I think of you, you think of me. Yeah, so just move that line, okay? Because remember, you want your listener to hear your best lines. And the odd number bars that happen every 4, 1, 5, 9, 13, 17, those are the bars that the listener will really hear and focus on, okay?
Right.
So, yeah. So we've got a pre-chorus out of what you've already written, right? Out of your verse. We got the pre-chorus. And so then let's talk about this line. Okay, this line is like your chorus, because its rhythm is so different and its rhythm is so repeatable. You can repeat it a lot, right? A love, love, love like this, right? It's just easy. It's easy to sing along to. It hooks the listener, and that's why rappers call the chorus on music a hook. You know, that part of the song that gets repeated, okay? And so that's sort of like your chorus. But if I were you, I think it works best if you either find a sample of the word love or get a singer to sing the word love, right? So this is what I'm telling you, is that your chorus is made up of that line repeated. Maybe with something else thrown in. You know, you could repeat it. You could just go, a love, love, love like this. A love, love, love like this. A love, love, love like this. You know, or you could throw something else in, like a love, love, love like this. And then you rhyme on it. You know, you might even use your rhyme on kiss at that point. You know, like all in a kiss or something. A love, love, love like this. A love, love, love like this. A love, love, love like this. All in a kiss. Da 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 da. You know, whatever you want to do with it. But it's just such a unique line in your verse that I think it would make a really good chorus, okay? You know, it's unique because you repeat a word many times. The rhythms are more chant-like, you know, like chanting. The rhythms are slower. They're simpler because they're all on the beat, you know. Love, love, love. It's not like, I think of you, you think of me. I think of you, you think of me. Love, love, love. You know, those rhythms are really different, right? And so you want to make sure that the rhythms that would be good to sing along to go on the chorus, because that's what the listener is going to remember, right? Because it's played so many times, okay? So then let's talk about this, you know. So how are you going to do it? You know, to be clear, I don't think if you're going to turn this into a full song that the chorus should be just you rapping those, you know. If you can sing, you could sing it, or maybe you have a friend who sings, but I would get them to sing it with a cool melody, you know. Or the other thing is you sample someone saying the word love. You know, you get it from somewhere else, and then you repeat it over and over. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that would be really cool, you know, because this is what I mean when I say getting more bars out of the material you've already written. You know, you just brought me 16 lines, and it might look like only 16 lines, but now we've got a first verse, a pre-chorus, and a chorus, and we even know how we're going to produce them. We're either going to get a singer or a sample, you know. So this is really like the entire song almost, right? This is almost like the whole thing, and you just brought me 16 lines, and I showed you what was good about it, what could be better, and then how to spin all of that out into a full 3-minute song, you know? Cool?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got any questions?
I don't have any questions, and what you showed me was quite helpful.
Yeah, okay, good. Okay, cool. So now let's talk about like the whole song, the song as a whole, right? Because I kind of told you that like this is your best line, right? So this is what you should do then. I'm sorry, it's just so obvious to me. And this is, you know, when you'll know that an idea is really good when you can do a million things with it. When it gives you a million ideas, you know. And so that's what this line is doing for me, okay? Because this is how it goes, right? So the message on the song is kind of sad, right? It's a little, not all sad, but it's a little sad, right? You would agree?
Is it sad? I think it's very happy, because it's a love song.
Yeah, but your beat isn't happy. Hold on.
Beat is fine. Think of me, I think of the greatest hits, make me spit like this. The blitz of your weirdest kids made me collect my wits. I think of you think of me. From flower to flower like a bee.
I guess so, because if she's thinking of you, you're right. Okay, I think of you, you think of me. I think of it. I don't know. There's still a reminisce of the greatest hits. The blitz of your weightless kiss made me collect my wits. I think of you, you think of me. From flower to flower like a bee. Been searching for that she. See, but this is why I think it's sad. Is songs like, or lines like this. A reminisce of the greatest hits. Been searching for that she. Fallen. Fallen, you know, because like, if you're reminiscing, then you don't have it anymore. You know, you can't, yeah.
By greatest hits, I mean, like, A Love Like This by Common.
Oh, okay, is that a song? Yeah.
The greatest hits, because it's a great hit in it, and it's you know, Common with Erykah Badu, A Love Like This.
Erykah Badu, and hold on, let me look it up. Erykah Badu. I don't find Love of My Life.
It's Common.
Yeah.
Love Like.
I can't find that song. Could you send it to me?
Yeah. Sorry. Just a second.
Mm-hmm.
This is an ad for a project management tool called Monday.com. This is what it looks like, and this is what it feels like.
This? Is that it?
Yeah. Common Life.
Okay, The Light?
Yeah.
Is this it?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not...
I never knew a love
Okay,
like this.
okay, Common. The Light. Alright, let me play this song. Is this it?
Yeah, because he says, I never knew a love like this.
Okay. Okay. Let's back up then. I still think the song is sad, okay? Or if it's not sad, it should be sad. Because making it sad will, or having a sad final message, you don't have to change any of your rhymes, but having a sad final message will give you a lot of material, because then you could change this line at the end. And then you could not do a final chorus, you know? So you would say, you think of me, I think of you. You say it 3 times in the first verse. You say it once at the start of the second verse. Yeah. And then you don't say it at all in the third verse until the final bar, when you change it to you're not thinking of me. And then you don't do the second line. You don't do, wait, I think of you. Do you think of me? I think of you. You're not thinking. Yeah. And you don't do, I think of you. Okay?
Okay.
That is, because that is super interesting. It's super engaging. It means the listener will be on a journey the entire song, because they have to hear the whole song in order to understand, like, the trip you're on. You know, the journey you're on, where you're going to. Because if they just took one bar, they wouldn't get it. You know, if they just heard the line reminisce on the greatest hits, they wouldn't understand, like, the final breakup that's coming or whatever, you know? So it's not that you have to change any of your lines or change your writing style, but just make the final action clear that, like, you're not going out with her anymore or anything like that, okay? Because that will let you make the journey of the song a lot more interesting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise you couldn't change that line. It would always just have to be, you think of me, I think of you. You know, and so if you count it up, there are a lot more sad artistic artworks, I think, than there are happy ones. Because it's not super happy when it's interesting. Because when you're happy, you don't want anything to change. You want things to stay the same, right? But when you're sad, you want things to change, and that means the song has to change. That means the movie has to change. You know, whatever you want to say. That means the ballet has to do something different. Okay? So I would definitely go that route. Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I just think that will tie the song really well together. Okay. I also think it was sad because the first song you brought me, if you remember it, you know, you rapped about, like, that day you spent on the beach with a girl watching the sunset. That sounded like a sad song. So I have to think, all of the songs you brought me are about love. Not necessarily that they're love songs, but they're all about love. So when you write these songs, you're writing about a real girl, right? Like, you have a specific girl in mind, or no?
I'm not really keeping it real. It's all fictitious. It's
Oh, really?
fiction.
Oh, so you're not thinking of a real girl?
Not really.
Not like
well,
a past girlfriend?
I don't have a girlfriend, and I don't live by the sea, so I can't. It's not real. Like.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay. You're just a good writer then. That's cool. Okay. Let's. Okay. Well, anyway, that's why I thought this one was sad. And
You think this is a disappointment if I'm gonna say this, like, if I'm gonna have fans and if I'm gonna tell them?
No. Rappers do this all the time. No one's better at this than Kanye West. You know. I don't know if any of the stories except for the car crash, the stories on College Dropout, I don't know how many of them are real. You know, he said he has a cousin who's in jail. He said he has, and I'm sure he knows people like that, but I don't know if they're his cousin. So no, don't worry about that. That was just like, I was wondering how real this was, is all. Okay, so we've got a pretty good plan for this song so far, right? And then you don't do a third chorus, right? So this is the structure. Verse 1, chorus 2. Oh, sorry. Let me start over. Verse 1, chorus 1. Verse 2, chorus 2. Verse 3, no third chorus. Because then the song's incomplete. You know, because there should have been a third chorus, so then the number of verses matches the number of choruses you have, right? And this incompleteness will make the song feel sad. So it'll be nice because you'll be talking about a sad story at the same time that the song itself, its structure, feels kind of quote-unquote sad. You know, because it's incomplete, okay? So, again, you brought me just 16 lines, and now we've got, like, everything, man. We've got, like, a pre-chorus, a chorus, the song structure, and we even know how we're going to produce all of that. And we've even written some of the lines in the second and third chorus, you know? Like, when you reverse it into You're Not Thinking of Me, and then you just have the beat fade out slowly. Like, right? And it'll be really fucking deep. And everyone will go, oh my god, Darius is the greatest goddamn rapper ever. Alright? Alright? I guarantee it. Okay, so that's that. Alright? And that's a lot of good stuff. Okay? Now, let's talk a little bit more about the specific lines you got, right? Because it's not that you really need to rewrite them, but you gotta change them so that the delivery is stronger, okay? And I wrote this really good article, Deliveries Separating Millionaires from Punch. Hold on. So next year, or before we meet next time, read this article, right? And it'll help you have better delivery, okay? And I talk about how much rhythm is married and is related to delivery, okay? So let's even just take your first line. You think of me, I think of you. That's a little stilted. It doesn't have enough flow to it right now, you know? Because you're just doing it like, you think of me, I think of you, right? So you're emphasizing me and the second you, right? You think of me, I think of you. But you gotta give this verse more flow. It's gotta have more groove, more flow, more angles, more bounce. More bounce. You know when you're listening to your favorite song, who are you listening
Yeah.
who are you listening to?
Got rid of it.
Yeah. Okay, and like you're kind of grooving, you're nodding your head. The rapper's hitting all the corners. He's bouncing off it really nicely. That's what you got to do, right? So they don't rap it like you think of me, I think of you. They might rap it like you think of me, I think of you. You know, you think of me, I think of you. And they're
Yeah.
similar, but they're not the same, right? Because mine has more flow to it. I'm more behind the beat. I have more pauses. I have more starts. I am farther behind the beat, like I said. There's just more flow to it. There's more of this. There's more bounce to it, okay? And you can do it lots of ways. You think of me, I think of you. You know, you could put a longer delay between it, like, you think of me, I think of you, right? You think of me, I think of you. Of you. So there, I accented of, right? I think, and that's the only word I accented, right? So, you think of me, I think of you. That's one way. You think of me, I think of you, right? That's another way. You think of me, I think of you. That's a third way. You know, but they all have more groove. They all have more bounce than just, you think of me, I think of you. You think of me, I think of you. It's just a little square. You know, it's a little stilted. It doesn't have enough bounce to it. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So I would try out, here's another thing. Find 5 different ways to say those 2 lines, okay? That'll be really good for you. Because it will show you, in all of this, there's kind of a difference between the idea and then what I call the form, right? So the idea is the first idea you have. But the form is the eventual form that it shows up in. So you have a good idea. Now you just need to decide what the best form for it is. You know? So it's not that you throw out the whole idea, you think of me, I think of you. It's just that you give it a different form. You know, and it could be lots of things. You could even change it. You're thinking of me, I'm thinking of you. And while that's the same idea, it's a different form, right? So you have the good idea. Now we need the best form for it, right? You think of me, I think of you. You think of me, I think of... You could even do it like slow at the end, in the third verse to end the song. You could go like, you think of me, I think of you. But even that has more bounce to it, right? That has more angle to it. Okay, you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, and so do that. Find 5 different ways to say just those 2 lines. But then, this is something you kind of got to do for all of it. All of that, right? Like the rest of it. Be after that line, right? So let's listen to it again.
You, love is you, who knew? Me and you, I love like this. I reminisce over the greatest hits, make me speak like this. The blitz of your latest kids made me collect my wits.
See, because you're doing it like, makes me spit like this. The blitz of your weightless kiss. And so again, it's not that you change the idea, you just give it a different form. So me, I would do this like, makes me spit like this. The blitz of your weightless kiss. And that has a lot more bounce to it. You know, that has a lot more groove to it. But you're kind of stuck in this, makes me spit like this. The blitz of your weightless kiss. You know, and you gotta give it more like, a reminisce of the greatest hits. Makes me spit like this. The blitz of your weightless kiss. You hear that? You hear how I'm all over the beat? I'm not just da 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 da. Right? Da 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 da. You know?
Yeah.
You hear that? Okay. So I would do that. So find 5 different ways to say the first 2. But then for the rest of the lines, keep the words the same, but change the rhythm and give it more bounce. I'm just gonna call it bounce, okay? I don't know what to call it. Groove.
Okay, I
Groove
have a
too.
question.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
So after makes me spit like this, should I say the bits of the weirdest kiss made me collect my wits, or should I say I think of you, you think of me?
No, yeah,
instead?
you should still make that change, but all the words here still need more bounce. Okay, so
Yeah.
yeah, right. Okay, because technically that is not what we decided the lyrics should be anymore. So if we're working with this, sorry, let me just change it. I'm gonna delete that line. Makes it spit like this. Yeah, oh, right, we already did that. Okay, cool. No, yeah, so this is what we're working with now, right? This one. Right, we deleted that line. But still, you can give it more, bounce, right? Because you're kind of, let's do the flower line. Let's do the flower line.
Think of me when it spit like over the great love like this. Or reminisce over the greatest hits, make me spit like this. The blitz of your latest kids made me collect my wits. I think of you, you think of me. From flower to flower like a bee searching for that sheep.
Right? You're like from flower to flower like a bee. But you could even do from flower to flower like a bee. You know? And now it's got more bounce. It's not da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It's da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You know? It's just more. And so this is all about finding rhythms that fit your voice. Right? Fit. And Jean Grey has a really good rap analysis interview. Jean Grey has a really good line about this. She says, hold on, let me see if I can find it. Voice. Blah. I need Jean Grey. Right. Okay, 1 second. This is what she says. This. And maybe I've sent you this before, but you should read it again if you haven't. Okay, so I ask her what flow is, and she says, everybody has their own flow. What doesn't work for one rapper might work for another. You have to get to know your voice as if it was an instrument. Know what you can get away with, how you sound, almost what the frequencies of your voice are. I hear beats that I really like, but pass on them because I know my voice won't fit. Okay? So this is what we're talking about. I'm giving you one interpretation of your words, but you need to find yours. You know, your voice, if I'm going to describe it like an instrument, is deeper. It has more bass to it. And it is slower. You know, like naturally, you just talk slower than me, you might have noticed. But I'm not saying you're dumb or whatever. I'm just saying you talk slower. So even like that one line, you think of me, I think of you, you do it better the second time on the recording. Because you might not have noticed, but you actually do it more laid back than the first time. Alright? So I think your flow is slower than mine. So when you redo your lines, it's not that you'll be rapping like me, but you'll be finding a better flow that fits your voice. Okay? So let's just take like that flower line. You know, I'm doing it like from flower to flower like a bee. But we just got done saying you don't talk that fast, right? It might sound weird if you try to rap that fast. I don't know, you could try it. Maybe you're a really quick talker when you rap.
Sorry to interrupt you. I'm rapping a bit fast on a certain recording.
A different one.
If I won't have time to share it with you this time, probably it will be next time.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So
I've already tried, and it is one of my favorite recordings.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Cool. Okay, well, just keep trying different stuff then until you find a few good flows, you know? But let's compare the first time you say, I think of you, you think of me, to the second time you say it, okay?
You think of me, I think of you. Love is true. Who knew? Me and you. I love like this. I reminisce over the greatest hits, make me spit like this. The blitz of your latest kids made me collect my wits. I think of you, you think of me. From flower to flower like a bee.
That's interesting. Okay, cool. So I think of you, you think of me. I think of you, you think of me. Right. So the first time you did it about like here. I think of you, you think of me. Right? But the second time you were more behind the beat and it felt better. It felt more interesting because it had more bounce to it. You were like, I think of you, you think of me. No. I think of you, you think of me. Right there, right? So the change is really small, but it makes a huge difference in how rhythmic you feel. And you want to feel rhythmic to a listener, okay? So I like that. You think of me, I think of you. Wait. You think of me, I think of you. Take two away. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Just because you accented the word that we wouldn't normally accent. You accent you, which is cool. But when I talk, if I were to say that sentence in real life, I would accent think. So that's cool. So yeah, so that's all. So it's finding, and so you might do that with other of these lines. Try saying them faster. Try saying them slower. Try taking a pause. Try taking a pause out. Okay? You're just trying different stuff until you find a good rhythm that flows well. Okay?
All right.
Okay. Any questions?
I don't have any questions. Thank you. That was quite helpful.
Awesome. Yeah, okay, and there's another thing. On your next song, and we've talked a little bit about this before we go. Your rhymes. Okay, so this is just like another challenge, right? The next song you write, I want you to... Well, let's start here. I'm challenging you to write 16 bars with only sentences, or with only rhymes at the end of sentences, and all rhymes are at least 2 syllables long. Okay? And this is your challenge. This is your homework, because I've noticed that a lot of your rhyme schemes are really similar. So a lot of your rhyme schemes are internal and external 1-syllable rhymes. And that describes pretty much everything, almost everything you've ever brought me. The first song about the sunset, this song, the one you brought me last time. And so we want to get you out of that box a little bit. Okay, so because, rappers are always changing their rhyme scheme, right? They're doing one thing, and then they're doing another. Sometimes their rhymes are short. Sometimes their rhymes are long. Sometimes they're not rhyming at all. Sometimes they're rhyming a lot, excuse me. And so this is what I want you to work on, okay? Because this is another way you can give your songs more flow. Damn it. You can give your songs more flow and more rhythm and make the song more unified. Okay? By changing your rhyme schemes. Because if the listener always knows what kind of rhyme to expect from you, then it gets boring pretty soon, right? Okay? And so you want to always be changing it and doing something different. Alright?
Okay.
Okay, cool. So do you think that's enough for you to work on this week?
I think it's fine. It's quite a challenge, and hopefully I will rise to it.
Yeah. I think you will, man. I wouldn't give it to you if I didn't think you could handle it. But I think doing all of this stuff. So let me just quick summarize. Right. Well, we already did that. Okay. So, well, I think I wrote it down a few different ways. Some really helpful stuff that would be for you to do for next time, like changing the way you write your rhyme schemes in your next 16 bars. Reading those 2 articles that I sent you, and rearranging the lines, and then trying out different rhythms for them too. Okay.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, yeah. Just schedule me next time, and I'll talk to you then. All right, man.
All right.
All right. See you, dude. Have a good day.
See you too. Bye.
Bye.